Hi folks, this is Vicki at patternprincess.com. Today we're going to work on, this is going to be a tutorial on how to crochet the boxed block stitch. And this is a sample I've already worked up for you so you can see what it looks like. This is going to be a 2-row repeat all the way through. I'm going to pull it apart so you can see a little bit better here. And it looks the same pretty much on the back as it does on the front. It's a really nice easy stitch to work. It just really is a single crochets, chain stitches, and double crochets. If you can do that, you can do this pattern, okay? This sample here is 18 stitches, and I will also be working today's sample in 18 stitches. And I used a white Caron Simply Soft for this, and then today I have some more scrap yarn. This is, I think, a chartreuse, I think it's called, in a Caron Simply Soft, and I have a size H crochet hook. This happens to be an Odyssey. It has a bigger shank that I like to use. So I'm going to get my loop on my hook with my slip knot. And so we're going to chain our 18. This is multiples of 5 plus 3. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 3 is 18. Okay, so here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so our chain stitches are done. So what we're going to do is a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So you do not count the loop on the hook. You count this first chain and the second chain. Right there we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch across. So that's a nice simple first row. It gives us a really nice foundation to work from. Oops. I like the softness of Caron Simply Soft, but sometimes I don't like how every once in a while, you get a little piece of the yarn ply slip off and you got to redo it, but that's okay. You get used to working with it, but it is a nice soft yarn. Okay, we're almost done. And of course, if we started with 18 and we skipped that first, we're going to have 17 single crochet when we get done. So if you wanted to count yours, you certainly could. You should have 17 when you get done if you're doing a sample, a little swatch. So here's my first row. It's all single crochet stitches. There we go. So we're going to turn it. Now we have row 2. We're going to chain 1. That doesn't count as anything. And then we're going to do a, right in that very first stitch, we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. In the fourth chain, we're going to do a single crochet. So far, this is looking pretty easy, isn't it? Whoopsies. And then we're going to do a single crochet into the next stitch. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. In the fourth one, we're going to single crochet. And then we're going to single crochet again. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. If you'll notice, though, we have 5 stitches left. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Our ending stitches are going to be a single crochet into the last 2 stitches. So that means that we've done our right amount of chain stitches, and it works out nice. And I got to get this stuck in here. Sometimes I have a hard time on these beginning rows getting my hook in the very end there. All right, so here's the end of row 2. These little spaces that we're creating in here is what we're going to work inside of in the next row. Okay, as you can see, these are double crochets and I worked in those spaces. You see that? Okay, so now we're going to turn it. And now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to skip over these 2 single crochet and we're going to work right in this chain stitch space around the chain stitches. We're going to do 5 double crochet. So there's 1, yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over and go through 2 loops and 2 loops. That's a double crochet. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we skip our 2 single crochets and we're just going to move right to the next space and do 5 double crochet. There's 1. Whoopsies. See, and I almost didn't get all the yarn plies there. And I gotta just get a little bit more yarn. So right after this, the next 2 rows are what the repeating rows are. And it's really essentially the 2 that we just worked. It's just pretty much the semantics, the wording of what stitches you're putting it into. That's all it is. Because when you work that first row, you're working into the chain stitches. You know, when you work, I should say the single crochet, when you work the next row, you're working into different single crochet stitches. You're skipping over a bunch of these double crochets, working into things. So then we have 5 double crochet. I got to count this because I was talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I got 1 too many. How about that? Should have stopped talking. We're going to skip to the next space here of chain stitches. And then we're going to do a 5 double crochet. There's 1, 2. I'm sorry that my crochet is not very steady today. I don't know what it is. 3. What was that, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 4. Okay, then we go yarn over and we're going to skip this 1 single crochet and we're going right into the end stitch. And we're going to do a double crochet. Because at the beginning of this row, the double crochet at the beginning, or I should say the chain stitch at the beginning, counted as a double crochet. So here is the end of row 3. You see how it's starting to take shape? Now we're going to turn it. And here's the first one of our repeating rows. We're going to chain 1. Right in that first stitch, we're going to single crochet into the next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and after a while you just get used to eyeballing, you know, 1 on the left side of a hole and 1 on the right side of this little hole space here. So I can just eyeball it as I'm working it. I don't even count the 1, 2, 3. I just automatically go right in there. Okay, so you'll eventually be able to get to do that as well. So you're going to skip 3 double crochet and work into this stitch here, and then in the next double crochet you do 2 single crochets. Okay, chain 3, and then skip the 3 double crochet, work into the 4th stitch, and then work into the next stitch a single crochet. And then we're going to chain 2, 3, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the last 2 double crochets. And one is actually the double crochet, and then the other one is actually the chains that counted as a double crochet. So we're going to work on the top chain of that first chain 3. And now we have our spaces that we're going to be working into, just like we did down here. Okay. And so now we're going to have our double crochet row. We do chain 3, that counts as a double crochet, and then we work into those spaces. We skip over to them, and then we do our 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go right to the next space, and we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, 5. And then I got one more set to go. Now I want to talk to you about, this is nice in a solid color. I am currently working in a blanket that has 2 different colors. The chain stitch row I'm doing in 1 color of yarn, and then my double crochet row here I'm doing in a different color of yarn. And I'm carrying my yarn up the side. So once I get that done, I will show you that version of this where you're changing color and then carrying it up the side, because I'm going to put some kind of border on it. I haven't figured that piece out yet, but I'm really loving how it's looking. I'm actually using an ombre yarn along with a solid color yarn for the chain stitch row. And I'm just double checking there to make sure I had the 5. Jam my hook in the end here. Do my double crochet, and there we have it. Those were the 2 repeating rows. But they're really essentially pretty much like row 2 and 3. It's just, like I said, the semantics of exactly where you put your stitches. So I hope that you enjoy this pattern. I hope this has helped you learn this stitch. And please share what you make. Tag us on social media. Casey and I love to hear. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And the written instructions for this are on the website, patternprincess.com. They're always free. And then as I make patterns using this stitch, they'll be on the website free too. Plus you can find lots of other ones. So thank you and have a wonderful day and enjoy your crocheting.